Then one day, I don't even know how it comes up, but I just remember questions like him asking, "Is it big?" and asking like, what did I think when I saw it? Mind you, these are years from like 8 to 8, 12. This just not, these aren't things that I even know about. These aren't things that I want to learn about. This is nothing that I wanted to learn. Then he tried to convince me that the world we lived in was wrong because everyone wore clothes, and it's okay to not wear clothes, and it's okay to be free, and it's okay to walk around naked and stuff like that. Like, my granny disowned me because I told her that I was gonna go to the cops about my dad touching me when I was growing up. Let's get into it. Okay, so boom. I won't go into great detail about the SA that happened or whatever, because I know that that's like a trigger warning for certain people. But growing up for about 15 to 16 years, I was abused by my said sperm donor, you know what I'm saying, in very malicious ways, and ways that he would try to make it seem like it's okay to do these things. It's okay to be like this because I'm so young and it's so groomed and stuff like that, right? I say so groomed, but I mean like easy to manipulate. I mean, I guess that's the same thing. But anyway, so fast forward all of these years later, in between time, there was a time that my stepsister came out about him doing something to her, and everyone just shunned and denied, and I'm not gonna be quiet no more. I'm not even gonna lie. I remember specifically being 15 years old and people telling me that they could not tell me what my dad got in trouble for because I was too young to, I say 15, I'm sorry, 13. I was too young to understand or to know what was going on or what was happening in the family or whatever. They thought that it was gonna make me feel some type of way. The whole time, if they would have told me, I would have let them know, hey, this happening to me too. I keep taking these little breaks because I be getting winded and I gotta like piece my thoughts together, so you just gotta bear with me. But okay, so boom, let's fast forward. I joined the military because I was trying to get away from said father, said abuse, right? Said father got out of prison and went right back to doing exactly what it was that he was doing at first. And me being the daughter that I am, I was trying to do, maybe he can grow, maybe he can change, maybe it's, something is really wrong with something's really, really going on. He really needs help, so I was trying to stay around and try to stay and be that person, negative. I should have never, ever did that. So, boom, I'm in the military and I get a phone call from my big sister. I have a sister on my dad's side. It's just me and her. I get a phone call from my big sister and she's like, hey, I think I'm ready to tell my story. Are you ready? Do you support me? Do you whatever? Are you ready to do this too? And I was like, well, I don't know if I'm ready yet. Let me think about it, and maybe we can do it together or something, but give me a chance because I feel like that is a very hot topic to talk about, right? So boom, she says okay. She's like, she's gonna let me think about it. I ended up going to dang, what I'm trying to say, hold on. Okay, I ended up going to sleep, and as I wake up the next morning, I get a phone call, but I don't answer the phone because in the military be keeping me busy from time to time, whatever. And then I get a text message and says, hey, your sister said some things that were going on in your life or in y'all's life, and she made mention of you, and I just need to know what's going on because your sister is dramatic and she does the most and blah 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 blah, right? So I'm like, okay, well, what did she say? She said, so boom, she had texted me that message about and my sister's dramatic and all of this other kind of stuff. So I called her or whatever, because I did leave out that part that after I read that message, I called her and I was like, well, what did she say? She was like, oh, well, she said that he was saying in better words, I will pay you to do this. I will give you this amount of money if you do this for me, or if you do this for my friends, if you do this or whatever. Now, this has gradually been a thing for forever. That was just one of the things that she had brought up. And then she had brought up some other things about unwarranted touching and very uncomfortable conversations and pictures and like very exploiting children, exploiting both me and her, right? So she says, please tell me what's going on. I just need to know what's going on because I'm so overwhelmed and blah, 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 right? So me being me, I was not even ready to tell my part of the story, like my truth, But one thing I won't do is sit here and have anybody playing on my sister's name and saying that she's a liar or that this didn't happen when I know it happened because it happened to me too, you know. And we used to have little discussions, kind of, sort of. And I also know that my sister used to take on a lot, because she was the big sister and she was trying to make sure that it didn't happen to me. Whole time it was still happening to me. And it was just kind of confusing when we tried to understand it.
Damn, man, where is the freaking mom in all of this, man? Where is the mother in all of this?
But back to the story. So I'm like, yes, this is true. This is what happened. You know what I'm saying? She didn't lie. She's not lying at all. She's like, I can't believe this. She said, and y'all are gonna go to the police about this. That's my only son, and I don't have nobody, and I'm gonna disown y'all. If you go to the police, I'm gonna disown you. This is what she said on the phone. I said, okay, cool. Click, hang up on you. Don't give a fuck, because one thing I'm not gonna do is sit here and not be heard. I'm not having that. You telling me that your son can't do no wrong because you don't have nobody in your life. Whole time you still got 2 other daughters, and let's add them 2 daughters into the situation too, because I feel like their whole family is just, I feel like something's wrong with them.
So the comment says she is just as bad as him. She blessed you in disguise for pushing you away. Yeah, I do agree to that, man. The grandmother is just as worse. Like, come on, if your granddaughters, you know what I'm saying, is coming to you and telling you something, like, you think they gonna make up some shit about their own dad? Like, come on, bro. Or grandma just don't give a fuck. Like,
so of course I hang up on her, and then she ends up, like, they have this family group chat where it's my grandmother, and it's my dad and my 2 aunts. It's all of them. They're all in a group chat. They're so family oriented. I see why they're so family oriented. Sick people. But they have a group chat or whatever. And so I guess I'm assuming that she texted in the chat that she had talked to me and Des and like whatever was going on. So I proceeded to get a phone call from my aunt. Now a little backstory on this aunt. This aunt was like my number one aunt, like top of the line aunt. Every weekend she would pick me up. Growing up, we would go to the zoo. She lived where I lived, so she would always come pick me up. We would always spend time together. We would always travel together. I used to ride in her Mustang. We used to play games. Like, this was my aunt. This is one I knew her number by heart in elementary school. This was my aunt, right? Loved her down. So this is who calls me. She calls me and she proceeds to talk to me about whatever happened. So I proceeded to tell her that, I just want to let you know that your mother said that if I go to the police, then she's going to disown me. So I just want to let you know right now, and I want to let anybody else know right now that if that's how y'all feel, then y'all might as well just disown me right now. I have no problem doing it because I'm still going to go to the police, and I'm not going to stop my sister from being who she needs to be. Then my aunt proceeds to say, well, I don't think that he should go to prison because he just got out of prison and he just needs some help and it's a lot going on. And I was thinking, and this whole time I feel like they already knew because they knew that he was taking, drugs, and it was very excessive. He used to do that in front of me, very, very excessive. It got to a point where, like, he looked like a skeleton in the face. Like, eyes were, like, deep in, like, face was, like, super, super skinny, super, like, he looked like a skeleton, like a scary, demonic skeleton. But she continuously says, like, oh, he needs to go get help. We'll find him a place to get help, but I don't think we need to send him to whatever. And I'm like, honestly, this stuff is still going on. Even when he got out of prison, he still continued to get back and do the same thing. It's more than just something. No, this is off. It's not wired in his brain, and y'all are not wired in his brain to be trying to help this man or trying to help us, because you're not even defending me, or you're not understanding me or where I'm coming from or my sister. You just think, oh, my brother. What about your niece that you grew up with, that you loved, that you cared about? So, side note, they also have money. They have a little bit of money, and be mindful that I'm in the military. I just got in the military. But it went to the fact that they said, oh, well, we're going to lawyer up. You about to lawyer up for a child. You about to lawyer up for a child. Really? Really? Is that what we going to do? Proceeded to go through with it. There was not enough evidence for the lawyers to, or for the person that my sister had working on the case to, solidify it for us, even though she had CPS visitations from when we were younger, a bunch of shit that I didn't even know about, and stuff like that. And they decided to let us go get off with a protective order, basically, which means that no near, no around, no nothing, no contact, no connection, no nothing. And it's been like that, and it's continuously been like that. And whole time we can fast forward still, I still know that they still feel the same way, and they still have the same energy. Oh, pause. Hold on. back to that aunt. She ended up blocking me when we got off that phone. Yes. And that broke my heart. Like, broke my heart into pieces. So that's why I don't think that nobody can really break my heart. I'm like, that shattered my spirit to the T because, like I said, favorite aunt, never expected that. Blocked the shit out of me. So, boom. I'm going to skip a little bit of details. I will answer any comments. I will video up any comments. Anybody that got any questions, I will video up anything that y'all feel like I might have left out. But, okay. But, yes, boom. Brrr, fast forward to maybe... what is this, the beginning of this year or last year, I posted on Facebook because I still have them on my Facebook because I like to post every once in a while to show them that I'm still up one, never needed y'all, still very successful, still handling my business, still super smart, like 10 out of 10, I'm everything that you wish you were in your life. Like, I know it, and that's just crazy how it works. But boom, I ended up posting on my page, on my Facebook, you know, I'm be ready to tell my story, and y'all are going to be ready to hear me, and y'all be ready to see what I got to say or whatever. And I felt like some of my cousins were in the comments like, oh, we support you, we support you. All the time I really feel like they weren't supporting me at first, or maybe they were. I don't know. I feel like people who can't pick a side, like, I'm going to pick the side for you, and the side is not going to be with me. If you don't have my back, like, I had one cousin that totally had my back 1,000%, no matter what nobody said. One cousin. Now, I feel like people started to come around after a while, but only one person had one cousin had my back. That was not my sister. So when I made that post, like, nobody had seen me in a long time. I wasn't talking to nobody, no cousins, no aunts, nobody, like nobody. And it's a pretty big family. My grandmother has like 7 siblings, so it's a pretty big family. I got a lot of cousins and a lot of whatever, but I wasn't talking to none of them. I ended up making that Facebook post. I had my cousins commenting on my stuff like, oh, we support you, I'm here for you, I understand, you know, blah, blah, blah. Like, they're commenting and supporting me, stuff like that. Then my grandmother comments. This lady gonna sit there and write a long paragraph on my stuff. Like, I really want to find it. And the paragraph starts with, there's 2 sides to every story. 2 sides to a child story. 2 sides? Nigga, we're 6 years in. 2 sides to a CM story. Are we for real? That don't even make sense. It is the delusion, and it's eating them up. Like, it's just, it doesn't even make sense. So when I saw that, I'm like, okay, cool. We're still doing denying. We're still doing whatever. And then my dad act like he still want to be this rapper. And I'm not a big fan of that. All of that going out and hanging out and rapping and making music and being in the studio and stuff, that shit, mentally, you got too much going on for you to even be thinking about stuff like that, for you to be going like that. So I pray to God that this reaches that right audience. So when y'all do see my dad and y'all do know if y'all from Texas or whatever, let me nip this shit in the bud, I swear. Because clearly the police are not going to do nothing. My parent on my dad's side, like, they're not going to do nothing. My mother has been full on hardcore support. And I also have fucking 6 siblings on my mom's side who are full on, all in support of me. I didn't get to tell them until I was 19 years old. So yeah, just everything just started unfolding. But hell yeah, that's the story time on how my grandmother disowned me, and I just kind of kept the word and left it there because he's still lying about it, and she still loved him, and they still one big happy family. And then there's me and my sister. So apparently my sister gets text messages from my aunt, the one who blocks me, but none of them will ever text me or hit me up because they know the type of mouth that I have. My sister, she won't ever respond, but me, don't text me because I'm gonna cut you the fuck out. Here to answer this, don't mind me.
Alright, says, how did your mom and her side of the family react? Yeah, y'all know I said that in the beginning, where was the mom and all of this. If you don't mind me asking, I pray you had one side support you. Glad you stood up and told your truth.
Literally, like, just woke up. So at the time, I had a friend, and I was explaining everything to him. I guess I had got lit one night, and I was explaining everything to my friend in the car, like, how I grew up and how, like, the conversations me and my dad have and stuff like that. And my friend at the time, we're no longer friends, but my friend at the time was like, oh, you need to tell your mama. We finna go tell your mama right now. Like, I was 19 years old. We finna go tell your mama now. We're telling her now. So we went to my mama's house. She made me sit there, and I fucking told my mama. Instantly. So when I told my mom, and tears instantly, ready to, it's the lash out goes there instantly. And then she started to feel bad, because when I would come home from my dad's side of the family, she used to say, you always got this attitude. You always got this attitude. You go back, you come back with this new attitude. Like, what is that? Whole time is because I'm being mistreated. But, like, my mama also has 6 other kids. Like, it's very, I don't know. I feel like she did the best that she could do. She totally supported me 1,000%. She made me tell my siblings. I have 6 siblings on my mom's side. I had to tell them all, 2 older brothers, an older sister, a younger sister, and a little brother. And my older brothers, they weren't going for it. But I, appreciate their freedom in their life more than I care about what he has to do or what he needs to deal with. I only told my immediate family on my mom's side. So my grandmother on my mom's side doesn't know. My cousins and stuff like that. Whole time they're going to come across this thing and be like, oh my God. On my mom's side, they're not aware. I don't like to share stuff like that because I know how certain people will react to certain things. But my mama fully supported me. She fully cared about me. And it was that. She definitely supported me. I feel like even my sister was mean to me growing up. But I guess that was sisterly love. But then again, everybody felt bad because I would hide it so well. I just would come home with an attitude. Oh, yeah, and then my mom would be like, oh, you coming home? Every time you go over there, you got a funky ass attitude when you get back. Maybe I shouldn't let you go over there. And no, it's okay. Whole time. Says, sister, you called me months ago. We talked for a long time. I have not heard from you since then.
Somebody said he probably did something to his sisters and his mom knew back then. He didn't just start with you and your sister.
But you say you love me. Right now I'm feeling anger. I tell you and me, if you have flowers for me, give them to me while I can enjoy them. Don't come around after I'm gone. Girl, ain't nobody coming while you here. Fuck. I'm sorry. Say, I'm a good person with a good heart. I don't need to be validated by anyone. Very disappointed in both of you and some of my other family. Not only am I angry, I'm hurt. Y'all live with that. And then she posted and then proceeded to post this. Don't be so fast to judge, family. I know more than any of you may think. There's always 2 sides to every story. Girl, at your big old age. Anyways, we keep reading. Make sure you know both sides before you judge. My sister called me months ago, and I've yet to hear from her again. She haven't heard from me in years. I love both of you from a distance and pray your well-being. I do have 3 grandsons who love me dearly and show it. That's because they don't know what type of person you are. Shut the fuck up. I know things that if I told you would devastate all of you who are trying to be judgmental. Everything isn't always as it seems. I'm hurt by my family members who thought they were better than that. I'm an old lady, but I'm about the right thing, and I'm in my right mind. So granddaughters, live your lives and live it well. Other family members who are judging you hurt me as well. Let me just get out of the way so I can read it. Common question, very specific answer, yes. Let's talk about it though. My content world, I do content with the person that I'm in love with at the time. If we are, in love and we're working, that's what I shoot with. I don't do all the extra stuff, but yes, I shoot content. This is gonna sound so crazy.
Okay. So I guess she does some type of adult content, and somebody say, do you think that's why you do what you do now? Okay.
Coming from me. But it's easy. It's easy. I've been doing it so long, unfortunately, that it's easy. It doesn't bother me none. It doesn't make me feel no type of way. It doesn't make me feel less of a person. Like, nothing. Easy money, quick money, easy way to 100K. Like, 100K whole time, 250, 3, 4, 500K. Like, finna buy a house and really whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, what type of content she doing? 100K? Shit.
I just made my trauma, nigga, my passion. Like, I just had to flip that shit around. I couldn't sit there and dwell on that and swallowing that. Nigga, I made my trauma my success whole time. So, shout out to, no, fuck him. Ain't no shout out to him. I just had to do what I had to do. I did the military thing. I did the whole thing, but this was just an easy route, honestly. And it's not hard for me. It don't bother me. And I had this conversation with my sister on my dad's side, my older sister. I had this conversation with her, and she asked me all of these questions and stuff and made sure that I was mentally okay to do this, and I wasn't just doing this because whatever. So we are completely opposite. I am a hypersexual because of this situation. She's absolutely not, So it's crazy too that our worlds just kind of disperse like that. But yeah, this is absolutely why I do it. But I don't have no problem with doing it. When I retire, and it is what it is. Stuff like that don't be bothering me. My father exposed himself to me at a very young age, and now I'm ready to talk about, honestly, everything. Trigger warning, this is, might be too much for certain people, so if you think this is too much, please just scroll. I honestly can't tell you how old I was. I genuinely want to say I had to have been around 8 or so, but I got in trouble, and my punishment for me getting in trouble was for him to expose himself to me, fully naked, top to bottom. Yes, so... Okay, and two, I'm starting to share this because I did say that when I got a platform that I was going to say everything I needed to say, and I feel like now is that time for me to say everything that I needed to say. One, because the police did not help. Two, I'm getting very great comments and very great DMs that are giving me advice and like helping me go like figure stuff out. So this is actually a really great platform to do this on. And there's a lot of women who have been through exactly what I've been through, and I had no idea. I swear I thought, like, I never thought I was the only one, but I thought I was the only one. Okay, so I guess I had a cousin. I guess, I don't know, a lot maybe went on in the family that I don't know about. But I had a cousin that was in these chat rooms or whatever, and he was showing me things or whatever, and we ended up getting in trouble. Now, mind you, this is the first time that I ever even anything. I just, was looking because, cousin wanted to show me whatever he wanted to show me. Boom. We get in trouble, and I have to spend the weekend at my dad's house. As I'm spending the weekend at my dad's house, my stepsister comes in and tells me, hey, Dad, your dad wants to see you. So I already know that I'm getting in trouble, but I'm thinking like I'm about to get it toe up. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm about to get whooped, right? That is not at all what happened. When I tell you that was the start of a very traumatic childhood for me, it really it threw me. And because he put it in punishment form, I thought that's how it's supposed to be. This is the first time I'm getting in trouble at my dad's house. So maybe that's how I'm supposed to get in trouble. Like I don't know. I guess I was making every excuse for it. But the moment I saw it, the moment he did, open the door like that and was like, you need to stay on those chat rooms, I just froze up, said okay, turned around, walked out. Never brought it up again, never talked about it again, never said nothing to nobody. I just went in my stepsister's room and I went straight to bed, like I'm telling you. And maybe about 2 or 3 months, maybe we didn't talk about nothing. We didn't discuss nothing.
Dad got some trauma, y'all.
Nothing. There was nothing. And then one day, I don't even know how it comes up, but I just remember questions like him asking, is it big? And asking like, what did I think when I saw it? Mind you, these are years from like 8 to 8, 12. These aren't things that I even know about. These aren't things that I want to learn about. This is nothing that I wanted to learn, like, at all. Then he tried to convince me that the world we lived in was wrong because everyone wore clothes, and it's okay to not wear clothes, and it's okay to be free, and it's okay to walk around naked and stuff like that. Like, I remember one time specifically, we had to evacuate because there was a hurricane coming. If you can put a timeline on Hurricane Rita in those years, and then put a timeline on my age, me being 27, we had went out of town for the hurricane because it was supposed to be coming and it was supposed to hit. The hurricane never came whole time, but we were going to Dallas. I was excited to go to Dallas because my sister lives in Dallas, and the whole family would be together. At least I could be with my sister. Worst trip of my life. I still remember it to this day. Some stuff you try to forget, but you just can't. This being one of those. I remember him taking my sister for a long time. Like, when I tell y'all, I did not get to spend no time with my sister on that trip, and I never knew what was really like, I don't know. It was just I just didn't process what was going on, like, at all. I remember him I remember being cold at night one time. And it had been super, super late. And he was like, I'm outside. I'm talking to your sister. I said, I'm cold. He gave me his muscle shirt. To sleep in. I proceeded to have work over whatever, you know what I'm saying? So I remember reading in front of, it was like, you know how the beds have the bench? So I'm sitting in the bench and he's laying in the bed, but the TV's in front of us. So he's watching TV, but I'm reading, and I'm reading in front of the whatever. And I just remember turning around, and he was like, so I just turned around and I just act like I did not see nothing, and I did not know what was going on, because the whole time I'm supposed to be reading a book. Like, you know, you're supposed to be teaching me right now. I'm supposed to be teachable things, and I don't even know where you are. You know, like, I don't even know where your mind is. Same said trip, I remember riding in the car with my sister and him. And I think it's the first time that he put us together and tried to ease me into the life of, oh, this is okay, this is normal, this is cool, oh, your sister's cool with it. Whole time, yeah, my sister is only 3 years older than me, so if I'm 8, she's 12. Or, you know what I'm saying? It's like, that don't even, we're both children, we're both kids, and you're trying your hardest to instill in us that it's okay to be a nudist, it's okay to be open, and it's okay to be this, and it's okay to do this in front of these people, it's okay to talk about and none of this shit was okay, y'all. None of this was ever okay. And a long time, like a long time, there's so many other things that I feel like I've either shut out, shut down, like can't remember through like straight up trauma, you know what I'm saying? But for people to protect that man, I need to let y'all know what that man did to me. Like, that is not a father, that is not a dad, that is not nothing, that is nothing that you want to associate yourself with. That is not a son of, that is not a child of God, that is not nobody's, like, that is not anything. And I'm gonna be the one to let any fucking body know that this shit is over with. Whole time this is my story, and this is the start. And I'm finna be an advocate for women, because we deserve better. And there's way too many people in my comments who feel like they not heard. We gonna change that.
Okay, I think I see what's going on here, man. I think something happened. There's no excuse for this shit, but I think the father got some type of trauma that the mama know about, the grandma know about. That's what I think happened. So she probably feels sorry for her son, you know, because she probably feel guilty or some shit, you know what I'm saying? But that is no excuse to be touching anybody, especially your own daughter, you know? So it's a shame that, you know, justice ain't on their side in this case, and she said the police don't have enough evidence to do anything about this. That's very unfortunate. But, you know, the grandma and whoever else don't believe her and her sister, they wrong, man. That's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? These are grown ass women now. I don't think they would just be coming out saying some crazy shit about their dad just cause. You know what I'm saying? So, it's very unfortunate, and you know, I don't know. It's very distasteful that the grandma is like this. I ain't gonna lie. But like I said, I think grandma knows some shit, man. Grandma knows some shit that happened to her son back in the day. You feel me? I'm pretty sure that's what it is. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments below, man. Make sure y'all smash that like button if you ain't did it already. And make sure y'all follow both Storytime channels. We Still Hustle Daily and We Still Hustle Daily too. Appreciate y'all, man. I love y'all. It's your boy Ray. Big play. Y'all let me know what y'all think about it. But I'm pretty sure that's what happened, man. Peace.